Hey guys, and welcome back to the next episode of Couchman. I'm your host, the Couchman, and I know it's been a little bit, but a lot of things have changed, so I don't have the free time that I used to, especially, full-time job, kids, all that good stuff. So it's always fun. However, I have been getting into these Reddit posts, the r/Entitledparents in particular, so I figured I'd give it a shot. I found a couple of them that I found slightly funny, and some that are just, the entitled parents get what they deserve. So this one is, let my son play with your arm. Hey, so I found this subreddit on YouTube and just wanted to get this story out. This really does seem like one of those many fake ones, and I want to clarify. This is not fake. However, this did happen 2 years ago, so not everything may be as exact as possible. TLDR at the bottom. I have a prosthetic arm due to a car crash when I was 10. I was walking around the grocery store to get some things for my mom when I saw this kid looking at me oddly and whispering something to his mom. That is completely normal for me, because I've had the arm for 7 years. I went down the separate aisle to get some cereal for my sister when the mom and the kid comes whimpering up by her side. In comes entitled mom and entitled kid. Me, hello, can I help you? Entitled mom, yes, my son was wondering if he could see your arm. I just assumed he wanted to look at it, so I showed him it. Not detaching it from my arm, just assuming he wanted to look at it. Entitled kid grabs my arm and pulls on it. By the way, the arm is strapped on tightly, so this hurts. Me pulls away from the kid's hands. Instantly, the little kid starts crying. Entitled mom, he just wants to try it on. This mom clearly doesn't know that you have to have no arm to put it on. I explain how I can't let him play with it because he could break it, and it is a pain to get the one I have. Title mom, let my son play with it. He is extremely careful. I am getting extremely pissed off, and while I tell her he can't play with it for the third time, she tries to rip it off. I was using my actual hand to pry her grip off while this is happening. 3 people are watching, and she continues to pull until 2 of the fingers, pointer and middle, she pulls it until 2 of the fingers come off. They didn't say that part. She just stands there for like 10 seconds when 2 employees run in and check on the situation. When the employees ran in, she and her son bolted, still holding the fingers. When I finished checking out and go to my mom, while we were talking in the car, she saw mom and kid walking quickly on the sidewalk. I tell my mom to stop the car, and I run over to her, snatch the fingers from the kid's hand, and quickly take my phone and take a photo of the mother. She screams at me, calling me a piece of poop, spoiled brat, etc. We then went home, reattached the fingers. The moral of the story is to treat the handicapped, limbs, wheelchairs, etc. with respect. They are not just things, but extensions to us handicapped. TLDR, entitled brat tries to steal my prosthetic arm while mom watches, breaks fingers off. Edit. Since I didn't clarify, when she pulled my fingers off, she pulled the pin that holds my fingers in place and then let the fingers slide off. Edit. The police got involved. I drew a sketch of her and her son, but they were never found. So, that kind of sucks that justice wasn't done to this man. At least he got his fingers back, though, and his prosthetic can be repaired. So at least the guy got his arm back. That's kind of some silver lining there. But this is not the first story I've heard or read about where someone attacks a handicapped person, whether it be in a wheelchair or a fake limb or arm. So this must be a very common thing for those who are handicapped. So I can understand how frustrating that might be. Luckily, however, the next story we have isn't something about a handicapped person. It's actually someone lost their things and the mom thinks she's entitled to them. So this one is titled, Entitled Mom Thinks She's Entitled to Lost Property. To preface the story, I work at a large supermarket, and this incident happened at Christmas when we were all ridiculously busy and stressed trying to keep up with customers. I can completely relate to that. I've worked a lot of retail. I work on the checkouts, which is absurdly rammed for that day. I had just started my shift when Entitled Mom immediately raced for my checkout just as it opened. Me, hi, how are you today? Entitled Mom, hi, I'm not buying anything. My daughter picked up this bow off the floor, and we were wondering if you could tell me the price and show me where more of them are. Note, at this point, we already at least 3 customers queuing behind her with full shopping trolleys, or shopping carts for us Americans. Me, sorry, but I believe this is someone's lost property. It belongs to a child of one of our regular customers. I work a lot, so I recognize the bow. And we don't actually sell these ourselves. The kid is holding the bow and trying to put it in her own hair. Me, not believing that she would try to walk out with it, asked for her to hand it over. Me, I can hand it in to the customer service for you, ensure that she will get it back next time she comes in. Her kid starts crying at this point because I'm asking for it back. Entitled Mom to Entitled Kid. Oh, don't cry, Entitled Kid. Mommy will get it for you. To me, could you possibly call the manager? Surely they won't mind if we take this small thing just this one time. Me, sure, no problem. The manager was literally just walking past at that point, so I called him over. Manager, hi, everything okay, OP? Entitled Mom, hello, we found one of your items and your employee won't sell it to us. Manager looks at me weirdly because he also recognizes it and he knows we don't sell it either. Manager, right. I can take a look at the item and see if I can get a price for you. Entitled Mom, lovely. Entitled Kid, give it to the nice man and he'll make sure you get it. Thinking they've got their own way, they hand over the bow to my manager, and the Entitled Mom has this nasty smirk on her face as she looks at me while her daughter is handing it over. Manager, oh right, now I get a closer look at it. I just realized we don't actually sell this item, and this, I believe, it belongs to one of our regular customers' children. So, unfortunately, I can't let you have the item as it is lost property. I'm going to put it somewhere safe for them so when they come in next time. Sorry about that. Manager walks away with the bow, and Entitled Kid bursts into tears and starts screaming bloody murder. Entitled Mom gives me the absolute death glare. Me, was there anything else I can help you with today? She just makes this sort of humph noise and starts dragging her kid off while muttering something about getting in contact with our head office, and the customers in the queue were all trying not to laugh as she walked off. Ah, I love working in retail. You and me both, dog. You and me both. I've had a couple of these kind of things myself. My favorite is when one of the other people puts an item in the wrong spot. So like a customer grabs something, walks around, sticks it in another spot, and the tag underneath, one, doesn't match, and the price is completely wrong, and they bring it up and say, I just found this on the shelf, and it says it's 100% off. It's $1 instead of $200. Like, no, that's not how that works. Unfortunately, they always ask for the manager, and the manager always caves in. So, yeah, I can relate to this. I love retail myself. Don't work in it anymore, but I love it myself. And finally, for our piece of resistance, the stupid B-word parks in front of my driveway and gets instant karma. Entitled Mom story. So, there's a garage on the left-hand side of my house where I park my car, and a driveway in front of the car so the car can get inside. It is exactly like any other garage, and it's part of my property. Yet, some people feel they're entitled enough to park just anywhere, including right in front of my effing driveway. EM equals Entitled Mom, me, ME, EC, Entitled Kid. Got it? Good. It starts off where I'm about to go to the convenience store to get snacks, and I notice there's a car literally parked right smack in the middle of my driveway. There's no way my car can possibly get around it, and I wasn't having any of it. So I yelled, who the f owns this car? And start blasting my horn. It took a while for someone to finally react, and it just so happens to be the entitled B-word who owns the car. Yeah, this guy is really pissed off. Apparently, she was a mom of 2 kids, and she kept reminding me of that while I was arguing with her. Entitled Mom, what are you doing making so much noise? My kids are trying to sleep. Me, I apologize, miss, but some a-hole decided it was a good idea to park right in front of my driveway. Entitled Mom, yeah, that's my car. The spot I normally park in was taken by one of the neighbors. That was the only place I could park. Now, at first, I actually felt sympathy for this woman. She had kids and everything, and she wasn't wrong about the car taking up her spot because one of my neighbors had a party celebrating their niece's quinceañera. Woo, I got that right. And the neighborhood was packed with cars. And she didn't have a driveway of her own, so she had to park somewhere on the street. So I decided to calm down and ask nicely for her to move her car. But instead of accepting my generosity, she decides to keep arguing with me. Title Mom, I'm not moving my car. It's late and I have to make sure my kids get to bed. Keep in mind, it was only about 8:30 at the time. It wasn't really all that late for her to move her car. Me, I can't get my car out of here when you're parked in my driveway. I'm asking you again, please move your car. Entitled Mom, what could you possibly be doing this late at night that requires you to drive somewhere? Me, I'm just headed to the convenience store to get... I don't care where you're going. You can wait until tomorrow to get your... Almost swore there. She was really getting on my nerves, so I raised my voice, but then I had an idea. So I replied with, okay, and walked back inside my house. When I looked back, I saw she had a, yeah, I totally showed him, look on her face. I tried not to get pissed off as I reached for the phone and called the police. I explained the situation, and a few minutes later, a tow truck arrives. The car, in fact, was illegally parked, so it was impounded. The next day, in the morning, I get a knock on my door. Obviously, it's the B-word mother. The kids were standing next to her. She immediately starts yelling at me as I open the door. Apparently, she was going to take her kids to the amusement park, and now they didn't have a car. There's particularly no way for them to go. As soon as she tells me that, I immediately chuckle, which pisses her off even more. Meanwhile, the kids are crying. Entitled kid, Mommy, I really want to go. I wouldn't say the kid's entitled. It's not really the kid's fault. This is kind of like the mom. Me being the insensitive a-hole, I point at the kid and let out a big, ha! Which causes them to start screaming like a banshee. The mom then starts yelling at me, saying how much of a monster I am. And I just reply with, get a cab, sloot, and slam the door in her face. I may have been a little harsh, but that family of idiots got what they deserved. Now, I feel bad for the kids because the kids really didn't do anything in this story. I've seen a lot of, stories where the kids do stuff. This one was kind of on the mom, and she did park in front of his driveway, and he did ask her to move, so she kind of got what she deserved. It's one of those gray area stories, but still entertaining nonetheless. So, alright guys, that should wrap it up. That's 3 different stories. If you liked the video, definitely let me know in the comments below. If you want to see more, more subscribers I get, it kind of encourages me to keep going, do more of this kind of stuff. I really do like reading these kind of stories. They are entertaining as hell to me, so I have no problem doing them again. But yeah, so just like it, let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll catch you all later. Couchman out.